Hello everyone, Justin here, and today I'm going to show you how to draw graffiti letters. Actually, this is going to be a series of probably 4 to 6 videos where I'll go over some of the specific letters. But today I'm just going to get started with talking about some of the basic ideas that go into forming these. So, first of all, normal writing and printing is very strict, very regular, everything's straight. But when we look at graffiti lettering, really it's very loose, carefree, and no rules. So curved lines, and let's just try drawing this word, for example. So obviously there's a very big difference between these, and in fact you'll see many examples of graffiti where it's almost illegible. It's hard to read, but to me that kind of defeats the purpose. I think it still needs to be legible so people understand what you're trying to write. Anyway, let's go back to some of these other things. So look at these letters. Each of these strokes is very straight. As I mentioned, the strokes are going to be curved. Not only are they going to be curved, so for example, let's go back to art. Okay, not only are they going to be curved, they're also going to be tapered. So each of these strokes are going to be tapered. So let's try looking at this A again. So we can make, say, the bottom pretty wide, tapering to the top. And then let's look at this stroke right here. We can continue this and maybe make it narrower at the bottom and wider at the top, and we're going to overlap it. Okay, and let's look at this crossbar. Again, we can make this tapered and extending past. Let's look at this R. So again, we could try to make this part, the main stem, quite large at the bottom and tapering at the top. And look at this bowl, this curved line. We could make it so that it's quite wide at the bottom and narrowing significantly to this part here. And look at this tail. So this tail could be curved going down, it could be going straight out. You could really vary it any way you want. So let's go ahead and continue it from this curved line. Let's go down this way, and maybe let's go below. And again, we're going to taper it just like that. And let's look at this T. We can look at this arm up here and make it quite large here on the far right side. And look at the stem, same thing. We're going to maybe go down this way and taper it towards the top. Let's go ahead and start outlining this in black. So when we outline these letters, we're just going to stay always on the outside to begin with. And you can vary these lines as well. You don't have to stick with what you originally drew. But that's what we'll do for now. So just go ahead and outline everywhere. Okay. Let's look at this. One thing we're going to be doing is that we're going to have some of these strokes kind of overlap so that they kind of blend in. So look at this line. We're going to bring it in part way, same here, and then maybe here, and here. So in this instance, the crossbar is kind of in front of the upright stems or the upright strokes, but you could also, instead of these lines being extended in, you could extend the other lines, and we'll practice that here in a second. So here, let's have this particular stroke overlap this stroke and kind of go in a little bit. Here we could even go all the way across. Okay. So next what we'll do is not only are we overlapping, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of a shadow here. And it's just a tapered line so that it's sharpest on the inside and then curving towards the other stem. Okay, just like this. And we could do it on the other side as well. These aren't necessarily shadows where only the shadow is at the bottom. Here it's kind of hard to tell. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and work on the R here. So same thing. Let's go ahead and outline first. Okay, let's look at these different strokes. We could, instead of the crossbar, instead of this curved line overlapping, we're going to have this one overlapping. So let's go ahead and add these extended lines, kind of going into this curved line. And then here, let's just extend this line into this curved line. And we're going to go kind of farther. Alright, so now we can do the same thing here as far as shading. So we're gonna make these tapered onto the overlapped line or stroke. I hope you can see that okay. Could have made these a little bit bigger. Okay, let's go ahead and draw the T. So once you get used to this, you can just go ahead and draw those overlapping lines right off the bat, just like here. And here I'm going to actually change it up so that I'm going to just have this crossbar going all the way across that line and then finish off that upper section. Go ahead and taper these lines and we're done with the outline. Okay, so next, another thing we're going to do to these letters is add a shadow, and this makes it more three-dimensional. And we're basically just going to repeat the lower right lines at a 45-degree angle away. So like right here, this goes down this way, and then over and up, and just add these shadows. Same here. Okay, another way to look at how to draw these shadows is, here's our 45-degree angle. We're going to draw these short lines, all the same length from different parts of our letter, all the same length. Notice here you can't even see it because I'm starting here, I'm drawing the same length and it stops right there. That's important because the second step is to connect the ends of these lines. So here's the end of that line to that, and then we just continue on and back to this one and over here. Connect the ends of these lines. And once you get that idea and you practice that quite a little bit, you'll be able to, once you practice that a number of times, you'll be able to understand how to do it without having to draw those short lines. But that's definitely good practice just so you can more easily visualize it. Here I'm outlining it first and then filling it in. But remember, when I did the A, I just went ahead and started shading just because I've been doing this so long, so many times. One thing we're going to add to these letters is a form shadow Form shadow is just the dark shades of a drawing of an object where the area is farther from the main light, and so that part of the particular object is going to be darker. An example would be, say, right here, or let's say right here. If the light's coming from the upper left, pointing this way, this left side of this stem will be lighter, and the right side would be darker. So when you darken this area, that would be called form shadow. So we're just going to add, always on the lower right, a little bit of form shadow, but it'll be stylized. And so let's say the darkest would be right here, and so it's thickest, and then it's going to taper. Okay, and we'll do it here as well. This is a little bit skinnier, so I'm just going to make it a little bit thinner. And here. So the darkest part is right here. And I'm going to just taper that. And because we have pretty much curved lines everywhere, these are always going to be looking like crescent shapes. You can make these as big as you want, but you don't want it to overwhelm the letter. And maybe here. The opposite of that, of course, would be the highlight, which is on the opposite side of these form shadows. So we could add like an oval in the upper left this time, and maybe here and here. Next thing we could do here when you start forming letters is to do an outline. So here I'm going to go ahead and just use my thin Sharpie, and what I'll do here is I'll just maintain a consistent distance from our outermost outlines of our letters as I go all the way around. And it doesn't have to be exactly perfect as far as the outline. You can vary these as well. So notice that as I go, say, to the T here, I'm going to run into its own outline, so I have to stop my R outline here and go on to the T. So just keep in mind that you're going to stay outside of all the lines of the letters that you've already drawn. One more thing we could do, of course, is to add a shadow to the outline. So let's go ahead and do that. And you can make this as thick or as deep as you'd like. Just feel free to experiment. When I draw letters like these, they're always a little bit different from the last time I drew them. So that's basically the idea of how to draw these letters. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and color these in with red just to hide our initial marks here. Looks like my marker's a little dry, which is fine because it gives this letter a nice texture. And I'm gonna add a crosshatch to it to add to the texture. Alright, just to finish this off, I'm just gonna go ahead and add my 4 a.m. and notice how I'm already changing the font here, the style. As I mentioned before, I'll just draw these all sorts of different ways. Alright, so that's it for now. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep an eye out for the next videos where I go over every letter of this particular font. And have a great day. Bye.